How did a womanizer develop its current meaning? A womanizer is a man who always seems to have a new girlfriend and who has no hesitation about starting up a new relationship before he's ended the last one. Usually, these relationships are sexual and don't last long. The noun womanizer comes from the verb womanize. Vocabulary.com. To womanize. 1590s, to make effeminate, from woman plus eyes. Sense of to chase women, to go wenching is attested from 1893. Online. I couldn't find the reason why the term changed its meaning, but I guessed it was probably influenced by the increase in popularity in England in the late 19th century of a character like Casanova, a most famous womanizer. A man of carnal adventures, connoisseur of seduction, 1888, from Giacomo Girolamo Casanova de Signault, 1725 to 1798, the infamous debaucher. Question. Can anybody provide more information about the change in usage of the term womanize?
The first instance of womanize, to emaculate, make feminine/effeminate, dates from the time men wore velvet, lace collars, and a large pearl earring if their wealth permitted. For as the law of Hohen makes one humanly, the law of virtue, virtuous, so doth the law of the world make one become worldly, and this effeminate law of a woman, doth so womanize a man, that, if he yield to it, it will not only make him an Amazon, but a launder, a distaff spinner, or whatsoever other vile occupation their idle heads can imagine and their weak hands perform. Sir Philip Sidney. The Countess of Pembroke's Arcadia, 1593, Ebo. Womanizer in the Casanova sense dates at least to 1822, where the word appears in a still hilarious article about the recent erection of a statue commemorating the Duke of Wellington. British women had subscribed to fund the statue, raising some £10,000, roughly £1.17 million in pre-Brexit currency, and decided that the perfect way to honor the hero of Waterloo was with a classical nude, but for a fig leaf, of Achilles. It is true that as the Duke is a great womanizer, they might, if they had pleased, have placed, with equal propriety, a beautiful naked Venus on this pedestal, but that would not have been so agreeable to themselves. Mr. Achilles, or the Ladies' Man, The Ramblers Magazine, 1/8, August 1, 1822, 340. Though married, the Duke and his wife lived mostly apart. His various affairs and liaisons were common knowledge. Wellington Monument, London, source. The older meaning of womanize, emasculate, was not supplanted by chase women for casual affairs. The new meaning was simply added on. The word train, for instance, existed before the railroad. Gary Hart womanized. Al Gore risks being womanized. Whether neoliberals are sexually aggressive or skittish, they all seem to fear womanization. Vanity Fair 51, 42, 1988. Womanized in the sexual sense is intransitive. A womanizer simply womanizes that Gary Hart womanized. When reinforcing the speaker's notion of masculinity, womanize is often used in the passive voice, but a man is womanized by some person, action, or circumstance. According to this writer, Al Gore risks being womanized by some unstated agent. In the Arcadia, worldly love for a woman womanizes a man. Although he is a womanizer, this activity paradoxically womanizes him, for it immerses him in a sensuous existence stereotypically associated with the feminine and running counter to the life of self-denial espoused by Lisa's husband. Gale Research Company, 20th Century Literary Criticism, 1999, 232.
If you want to support the channel, like, Curiosities, and subscribe.